Hi guys, I figured I would just sit down and chat with you while I get ready. It is a very slow, rainy Saturday morning. I mean, I guess it's not that slow. I did get up earlier this morning to go work out. I've been back home for a while, walked to the farmer's market, kind of in a light misty rain. You know, I'm just setting the picture for you. And it's just one of those days that I think I just want to curl up and really I don't know, chat. I've been feeling like I want to just sit down and kind of chat with you about life. It's been a little while since I've done that, and so I think it would just be a perfect time to do that while I just get ready for the day, since I don't really have anything to do today, but I'm gonna get ready anyway. So I think we should just hop right in. Of course, I always have a Spindrift when I film. This is my go-to drink of the day. Makeup look is probably not going to be very great because I don't really have a mirror in front of me, so I guess I'm going to just kind of wing it. Speaking of makeup, I'm getting really low on both. I mean, I've been trying to use this Ilia product up for a while now, but also the Tower 28 one, so I've been trying to use a lot of this up so that I can buy some new products. So I have been kind of researching some more lower toxic makeup products that I can try. I'm also getting really low on my liquid blush, so that's another one that I am going to be swapping out. So hopefully I will have a new video soon of just trying some new lower tox makeup. Seriously, where in the heck did summer go? I know people are all excited about fall, and normally I am too, but for some reason this year summer just felt like it flew by, and I don't know if I'm ready for fall yet. I don't know if I've enjoyed summer to the full extent, and maybe that's just the reality of being an adult and working indoors most days, so I don't really get to get out and enjoy it. Life definitely looks a lot different this year than it has in years past, so I think that's part of it too. You know, it's just nothing feels normal in the last year. Everything is tracking me, and I can hear it. How do I make it stop? I'm still trying to figure out my camera situation, so I don't know what it is that I'm having so many issues with. I thought I figured it out, and now I don't. Yeah, I just think this year has been a year of new for me. I don't know how to describe it, but this last year has just been interesting. So, and it has been officially 1 year since I ended a relationship that was no longer serving me, and I cannot believe it's already been a year, but oh my gosh, it has been a long year. Actually, when I say it out loud, it's hard to believe that it's been a year. Truly hard to believe that. But I think this past year, a lot of my moments were felt like I was defining myself by that breakup, and now I think I'm so ready to be done defining myself from that breakup and to just be nope, this is me. I feel like I don't need to give this disclaimer every time I'm in a new situation. I'm well, I was, engaged, and it was a long relationship, and then we broke up, and now I feel I don't know why I've had this mindset that I have to have this disclosure with certain topics and things, and now I'm just nope. It's been a year, and we're moving on from it now. And I've been slowly moving on from it, obviously, but I'm just I'm so ready to just put that year, this growing pain of a year behind me. And I just remember last August telling myself and talking to friends and being told you just need to get through this month, then you need to get through the next month, then you need to get through the next month. And I think I'm finally holy crap, I've gotten through month after month after month that it's already been a year. And now I'm need to move forward. This can't be my identity anymore. So, which I think that's the same when any big life event happens. I felt that way when my mom died. For the longest time, that was an identity for me. Oh, my mom died. I can't relate to you. Your mom did. Not that I couldn't relate to people because they didn't lose a parent, but that was a huge identity thing for me. And so now I think now it's different. Now I'm I'm ready to not have that be my identity. So a lot of deep thoughts here this morning, but that's just what's been going on lately. And I've been I think I've had a lot of, you know, a lot of thinking that's been going on. I have been trying to kind of process, like, obviously I'm in a different relationship now, and so that's been like it's been confusing too. Like, it's been a really good thing for me, but also that's complicates, you know, moving on and grieving. And so I think I've had some moments this summer where I'm like, everything has hit me at once. And so I think I'm just trying to figure out what I truly want and what I'm looking for in my future. It's interesting. I've never been the type of person that has really cared what other people think. Like, it's never once bothered me of me. Like, obviously, like, I care to an extent. I think most people do. But, like, I've never been one that really worries what people are thinking about me. But I can say, like, this past year, that has truly been something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, always worried about somebody's thinking, am I moving on too fast? Am I doing something wrong? You know, like, how could I get that far in a relationship? And then, you know, like, I feel like all these thoughts are going in my head, and then I have to remind myself, like, so many people have been in the same shoes as me. Like, I am not the only one who's gone through a similar life. So, anyway, that's just the craziness that's been going on in my head lately. What about you? I don't know. Otherwise, like, it's been really good. I've just been working. I think summer is hard to pick up the camera and, like, film and, like, have a Saturday like I am right now and not be doing something, if you know what I mean. Because this is my time to film, is on the weekend. So I think the winter time will be a lot different. But then again, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just kind of keeping it open-ended. I do still want to be posting, though. I mean, at least once a week if I can, because I enjoy it, and this is a hobby of mine. I think the other thing that what excites me is I want to share are just some things that I'm looking forward to doing this fall. I know I've talked a little bit in a past vlog, but I bought, like, utensils and stuff to make jam, and so I'm super excited about that. I've been berry picking all summer. We went to a local strawberry patch, and then Brian also owns land, and he happens to have a lot of wild strawberry and blackberry bushes on his land, and so I have just been having a heyday. My freezer is a small freezer because I'm in an apartment, and that thing is filled to the brim with just berries because I've been freezing them, and then I wanted to have, like, a fall activity of me making jam, like spend a whole Saturday, football on the TV. Well, I guess not a Saturday because football wouldn't be on. College football would be on. Like, spend a whole weekend, have football on the TV, the windows open, and just make jam. So I really want to try that out. It's funny because I love to brainstorm and think of, like, I always have new ideas of things I want to do and, like, hobbies I want to try, and then I get to it, and then I'm always like, this is a lot, and I get overwhelmed, and then I, like, feel like I half-ass it. So I don't want to be like that. I really want to, like, learn it. I'm a little nervous because I'm not a perfectionist, and so with some of this jam stuff, you really have to be, like, very tedious on the way you do it because otherwise it won't work very well. So I'm really gonna try. Hopefully I don't talk it up too much and then it's just a train wreck, but I really want to make jam this year. I've got a lot of berries. I think it'd be a fun gift idea to give people. I'm also, like, really getting into, like, the homesteading idea of, like, making a lot of my own food. I've talked about, like, the non-toxic journey on my channel, and I just think, like, I get in these phases where I am like, yes, like, I just want to go and do it. And I think what inspires me is thinking about raising kids and how I want to raise my kids in that kind of a lifestyle where it's not, I know it's so much easier said than done, but, like, I really truly want to try my best to, like, make a lot of foods at home, teach them how to be, like, how to cook and how to, like, you know, like, learn where their food comes from, like, that type of thing. Which, if you would have asked me, like, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, if that would have been me, I would have been like, heck no, not me at all. But in the last few years, I've just really gotten into that lifestyle, and I just haven't taken the time because I've always, like, oh, I'm just in a small house, I'm in an apartment, or, you know what, like, I don't have, like, the perfect living situation for it. But the reality is you can start kind of like a little homesteading journey no matter where you are. So I kind of, like, I think what excites me about YouTube is when I get into my little passions like this and my hobbies, I want to share that because I want that for others. And so I think that's where I feel like I'm going to have a lot more content to share, because otherwise I'm just like vlogging my days, which aren't that exciting, or talking about makeup or random things. But like, I truly want to share my passions, and that's hopefully going to be one of them. I feel passionate about it now. So that's kind of what I've been at and thinking. And I always say that I would never have a garden because I hate gardening. And honestly, I don't know if I really like gardening still to this day, but I like the idea of growing my own food for my own family and just being able to provide. And I think it's just really cool to learn to make your own food, because I don't know about you, but if you ever walk down a grocery store aisle and you look at all of the food on the shelves in Walmart shopping, and I just picked up a bag of like the mashed potato mix, and I was like depressing in the ingredients. Next down the aisle, it was mac and cheese box. This is very depressing. Like, I just kept looking at all the ingredients in a lot of these foods, and I'm like, this is really sad, the life that we live. This is, and obviously all this is my opinion. You can think differently, and I don't judge you for thinking differently. This is just how I feel. And I'm just like, it's really sad that we have to be so concerned about what we're consuming that's in our grocery stores. So, and I know it's a lot of work. And like, there's probably some parents out there watching me right now that are like, oh my gosh, like, you're funny that you think you're gonna do all this. And it's not to say like I won't ever make chicken nuggets for my kids, or, you know, they won't ever eat McDonald's in their life, but it's more just like learning the moderations of it and trying to just teach them and have the fun in it. And I don't know, that's what I've been thinking. So, not that I even have kids right now, or will have kids in the next couple of years probably, but still, just like the thought of it and trying to think ahead and to get in that mindset before I have kids, if you know what I mean. I will link down below my 10-minute makeup routine video that I filmed, because I'm literally using every single product that I use in that video. And clearly I'm not perfect, because I'm using a Maybelline mascara right now. So I understand that there's moderations in a lot of things, but I'm really slowly trying to become more of that lower tox living. One other thing before I wrap up this video that I just wanted to touch on is, it's kind of sounds like a duh moment, but like, something that I did not think about or like realize I was gonna have this big of a feeling towards as getting older is how fast time moves. And it sounds like of course, like, we all know this, but like, truly my perception of time, I don't know what it has been in the last year. I'm only 23. Like, I'm not that old. But there's just been something about the last year that truly has taught me more about time. And like, it's so hard for me to describe, but I just feel like not only does time move faster, but just in the reality of like, oh yeah, I've already lived in this apartment for, it'll be 6 months. Like, in 2 weeks, it'll be 6 months already. Like, what? How is that even, like, seriously, how is that even possible? I think about it like, think about going to the gym. People are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym. And then I go to the gym and I'm like, it's like an hour. Oh, an hour feels like it's so long. Like, I'm at the gym for a whole hour. What? Like, that is so long. But then when you actually are like in the moment, you're like, this hour goes so fast. Or I remember as a kid, I would dread going to dance class because it was like an hour long and I think it's so fast, but really the reality is an hour goes like that. And so now I have the perception of it's just an hour. That's going to go by so fast. I know how fast time goes. So knowing how fast time goes now makes me think ahead when I'm going to do a task or something and be like, I know how fast that hour is going to go because I've experienced how fast that hour. And I don't even think if you know what I'm saying makes sense right now, but I just feel like the older that I get, there's something about time and feeling like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a whole year from now. Like, I can't, like, that seems so far away. And the reality is that year is going to come and go in the blink of an eye. And it is going to be so fast. And it's like, I think because I'm just thinking of like 10 years ago was 2014, going on 2015. I feel like that was just yesterday. Like truly feel like that was just yesterday. So, and I think part of what I've been like thinking on with this is like, I found a journal of mine that I had started 10 years ago, or it was almost 10 years ago. It was like towards the end of 2015. And I wrote in there where I hope to be in the next 10 years. So when I was about 24, going on 25. And it was so interesting to read. And I think I hadn't written in this journal in the last 5 years. So I had written in it for about 5 years, like maybe 10 to 15 times, like not a lot of time, not many times, but I still had a few entries in there. And then in the last 5 years, I hadn't written anything. And it was almost like this gap of time that was just like so much happened in those 5 years. And it's interesting to look back and jump between what I had last written in like 2019 to 2024, where we are now. And it is, I cannot believe that 5 years have gone by in between that span. And just, I remember, because I actually wrote in it a couple days ago for the first time, and I had just written like, it makes me smile, but it also is like, oh my gosh, did this young Hope 10 years ago have no idea what she was going to go through in the next 10 years, and I still think I'm going to think that same way in the next 10 years. So I think time has just been really like a perception for me lately, and I don't know if it's just because I am getting older, and it probably is, but that's something I didn't truly expect to feel, how much of an impact time would have, and like my perception on just life and reality. Like I never thought it would be that big of an influence, just a perception. So that's just what I've been thinking lately. Like I just, and honestly, it's kind of funny because like the whole like where I hope to be in 10 years, aka in the next year, a lot of them are true. I mean, it was like, have a good job that you enjoy doing, you know, either be married or engaged or in a relationship, maybe have a kid in the next couple of, you know, like a lot of these things, and like I haven't really changed in that, but it is interesting to think about how I used to dream about myself now, and then I am where I am now, and just life is weird. Like that's I think that's just the way I'm gonna summarize this, is like life is just weird. I don't know, those are just my thoughts. It's probably didn't all come out right, but I think any of you that are older would understand what I'm saying because you probably went through this, and there might be some of you watching that are literally my age right now, and you're thinking either I'm not there or I've been there. But I just think like, I think I've learned a lot about myself in the last year for sure, and I just keep getting more, I'm just maturing, and I've always been a little bit more mature for my age, but I think I've just been through so much in my life that it's just wild. I feel like I should be older than I am, just for how much life I've lived. But with that, and on that note, I'm gonna wrap up this video. That got a little bit, was it dark, deep? Interesting? I don't know. It was just my thought. If you enjoy listening to my thoughts, I hope you will stick around. I'd love to hear just any of your thoughts down in the comments, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I have this itch to declutter today again, and like clean my apartment out a little bit. It just feels like there's a lot going on, and so I'm feeling ambitious a little bit. So I may start to film some of that and throw that into another vlog too. I really need to go through my shoes and get through my shoes. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.